I think Brock Bowers is their best weapon. Aiden O'Connell has been their best option, but I definitely think they're probably going to be looking somewhere else this offseason, whether it be like free agents or the draft or whatever. But I'm going Chargers on this one. I think it might be like a sneaky close game, but I'm sticking Chargers regardless.
I've got a light bulb idea. You've just said they might be looking for a new QB next season. Do you know who potentially looking like could be a free agent as well as their wide receiver partner? Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Adams back to the Raiders and he brings A-Rod with him. And next season the Raiders go 4-12 again. It would be poetic.
Cinema.
Absolute cinema. Yo, get me in that script writer room. That would be hilarious, bro. Take 3. Week 17 of the 2024 NFL season. I nearly said NFL draft. What is wrong with me today? Does someone else want to do the intro? Week 17 of the NFL season, we saw 6 teams score 40 plus points. One team only scored 3, and another stinker team only scored 2 points in a very high scoring week. In the rest of the games, it was a crazy week. Started on Christmas Day. It felt like it lasted 2 weeks since it started on Christmas. We had Beyonce. We had, like I say, team scoring 2 points, team scoring 40 plus. What a week it was. Welcome back to the NFL Picks Show. We're going to have a better name for the show by next season. Trust me on that. As always, if you are new, we are going to review our last week's picks, make our picks for the final week of this season. We've got the Pick 6 segment to recap as well. And later on, a brand new segment coming to the show, so make sure you stay tuned to find out what that is. These two should be scared, that's all I'll say. We're starting a new competition in the final week of the season, it's what we do. So, Week 17, if you watched last week's picks, I ended up changing one of my picks. So I went 13-3 on the last week. I changed one of the picks and it won, so it was a good change. Key, how did you get on last week with your picks?
I was 11-5. I didn't change any picks. I stayed true to the videos. So, yeah, 11-5.
Yeah, they say new year, new me, but I literally replicated last week exactly. I went 10-6 in these picks, and my pick 6 was awful as well.
Well, I think that might put me in the lead. I mean, I'm not keeping score, but in the 5 or so weeks that we've been doing these picks, I think this week might have just edged me into the lead. Don't laugh at that. I could see his face gonna laugh already. So, normally what we do is pay respects to the teams that we picked against. For anyone who's curious, the 3 losses that I had were the Colts against the Giants. I picked the Cowboys to beat the Eagles, but I'm going to do that as a Cowboys fan. And I picked the Packers to beat the Vikings. But I'm not paying no respect to any team for this week. That last week was bullshit, bro. I am still annoyed. Some parlays didn't hit, as you can tell by my, aggressive reaction to last week's games. Colts, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Anyway, I forgot to introduce the panel. You know what I mean? So we'll start with myself since I am leading this talk right now. Billy Walters Jr. I go by many names, but I am also Nameless. You know me. I'm about that action. 8 under the 9. That's an improper fraction. Representing, of course, the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. I have 2 teams because there's no rules. Down below me, representing the Green Bay Packers.
It's Qusic. I am so incredibly tired. That's pretty much all I got for this year. Hopefully, by the end of this year, I'm actually more awake, but haven't seen it yet.
And last but not least, representing the 49ers.
I am Key or Crab. I'm a depressed Niners fan because CMC's injured. That's the only reason. I agree with Q. I'm also very tired. But you know what? New year, new me. I'm going to be more tired.
Let's go.
Well, yeah, welcome to the new year. I forgot to say that to begin. New year, new us. Still same me winning in the picks, though. What can I say? Billy Walters Jr., you know the vibes. Colts, though, bro, for real? Anyway, like I say, I'm not paying respect to no team for last week. Fuck everybody. You know what I mean? That's on my body. Blick first, and God got me. Anyway, shout out Kendrick Lamar. Q, anything you want to say about last week? If you want to review your respects, you don't have to, because let's be honest, the season's basically over for most of these teams. Some of these bum-ass teams we picked for last week. Like, what's even the point? Do you know what I mean? I think in the video I picked the Saints as well, and maybe picked the Titans, but I ended up picking the Raiders and the Jags just to confirm. But I don't even care, bro. You see what I mean? 4 bum-ass teams I just mentioned in a row there, but unless you want to say anything about last week, take the floor, please, because otherwise I'm just going to fume about the Colts. Cost me 5 G's, bro. 5 bags. 5 bags, Colts. Sorry, go on, Q.
I'll go ahead and start here. We missed the Packers-Saints game a couple weeks ago. If I had known that the Saints were going to get blown out by 34, I don't think I would have picked them against the Raiders. Packers, just same shit as before, weren't able to start out quick enough against the Vikings. Caught up late, but Vikings were just playing prevent at that point. And then, yeah, a lot of mid-offs that I got wrong too. Giants, everybody on that team was actually playing for their job. Drew Lock just became the most hated man in New Jersey. I think I picked the Titans in the video on accident, and then I just went with it. I should have changed that because Jaguars ended up winning. Falcons Commanders, preying on the Commanders' downfall so the Packers get better seeding. Didn't work. And my last one, Chiefs beat the Steelers. I thought the Steelers would have a better home field advantage. It worked for exactly one play where the Chiefs missed a field goal or an extra point or something. And then it's pretty much Chiefs demolition from there. So that's my week.
Probably shouldn't talk about missed kicks right now. I know it's a sensitive topic for this guy over here. Anything you want to say about last week, Key?
Yeah, I took the Bears. I'm not even going to say anything about that game. 6-3, get a grip. Broncos, again. I just thought they were better than what they are. Colts, Giants, yeah, it's an epic game. The
really
Packers,
wasn't.
I took the Packers. I took the Packers to beat the Vikings. That was a 50-50. Like, yeah, that was just for Q, to be honest with you. It was a 50-50, and
Appreciate it.
take the L on that one. I'm not really fussed. And then obviously the Niners, man. You hate to see it. Jake Moody. I can't say what I want to say because we're on film right now. Get out my team.
If I
Get him
speak, I
over.
am in big trouble.
It'll get cut.
No, it won't. I'm leaving all of this in, unedited this week.
I saw a tweet, and it was someone doing like Madden kickoffs or like Madden field goals, and they were putting the arrow like all the way the opposite side, nowhere near the stanchion, and I was just thinking, I just hate Jake Moody, honestly, I really do.
Now,
Ricky
personally,
Pearsall had a
I love
game,
him.
though.
He went off. I love Jake Moody, though. That's his name, Jake Moody. Jake Booty. That guy, bro. I love him. What can I say? I had the Lions on a minus 5.5 spread. He missed so many kicks. The Lions won by 6 points. So it cashed me out.
The Lions won by 6, and he missed 7 points. Isn't that insane?
Oh, bro.
Well,
if he made
half of our season, bro.
If he made those kicks, we would have won. That's how depressing that is. I hate him as a person. Someone needs to just line him up and let Nick Bosa just.
I thought you were gonna say shoot him. Oh man. Reviewing last week, then we get to our pick 6 segment. That's hard to say fast. Last week, the theme was pick. By the way, if you don't know what pick 6 is, it's pick 6 players to hit a certain milestone. Last week, since it was Christmas, we had the theme of picking 2 quarterbacks to score 2+ passing touchdowns to symbolize giving gifts. 2 receiving, or 2 wide receivers, or 2 players to get receiving touchdowns to represent receiving gifts. And also, we picked 2 defenders each to get a sack representing Santa's sack. I'm not going to make the same joke I did last week because I've used it already. But yeah, I will start because I am annoyed. So picking 2 quarterbacks to get 2+ passing touchdowns. Pretty much every quarterback in the league, near enough, I feel like, went for 2+ last week. Apart from the guys I picked, Matt Stafford's bum ass didn't get 2. I picked JD5, though. He had a great game against the Falcons. That was such a fun game to watch. 2 rookie quarterbacks going at it till the last play. And yeah, man, Matt Stafford, bro, what are you doing, bro? Matthew, bro, what is the Rams doing? What are they doing to my boy Cooper Kupp, bro? Anyway, I picked 2 receivers. I went for T. Higgs and Lad McConkey. Both of them balled out. 2 great picks right there. For the defenders, though, I'm annoyed. In that Falcons Commanders game, I had a bet on Dante Fowler Jr. to get a sack, and he got one. But I didn't pick him in the pick 6. I went for Kyle Van Noy, my boy from the Ravens, on Christmas Day. He got a sack. I was so happy when I saw that. Still didn't cash me out, though, because the Texans are ass. I went for Nick Bonito. You know, that's my guy. He cashed me out a few weeks ago. Didn't get one. So ultimately, I went 4 out of 6 on my pick 6 this week. I think for next week, we might change the pick 6 system simply because I am lazy. I won't get into it too much. But yeah, man, that's my pick 6. By the way, for next week's episode, I think this is going to be the last episode of doing picks like this. Next week, we're going to do probably a playoff bracket and who we think's going to win the Super Bowl. But I doubt we'll do a weekly episode as we get through the playoffs. We'll just probably do one and then one at the end of the Super Bowl. But anyway, Q, do you want to go next for your pick 6, bro?
Yeah, let's get this over with, man. I knew Packers Vikings was going to be a good game. I was expecting both quarterbacks to get 2 touchdowns there. Sam Darnold did. Jordan Love only got 1, so didn't cash out there. My receivers didn't really do anything either. I took Jamar Chase and Nick Westbrook-Akine, and it was tea time in Cincinnati there. And then defenders had George Karlaftis and DeForest Buckner. Karlaftis got a sack on Christmas. I thought the Colts were just gonna completely destroy the Giants, so I went with any Colts defender pretty much. And yeah, they didn't play good at all. Giants, like Key was mentioning earlier in the year, kicked themselves out of contention for the first overall pick with that win. So I'm sure Giants fans are feeling very happy with Drew Lock and company right now.
Yeah. I for my 2 QBs, I had Caleb Williams and Baker Mayfield. Caleb just stinks. I don't even want to talk about it. He's good, but that game stunk. Baker, obviously 3 for 5, which is unbelievable. No interceptions as well. Unbelievable. 2 receiving, I took Lad McConkey and Zay Flowers. Zay never got one, which sucks, but Lad McConkey did. I think he ended up with 2, didn't he?
He sure
Something
did.
like that.
He had a day for real.
For my players to get a sack, I went with a little brotherly love theme. So I took Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa didn't get a sack. Nick Bosa actually got a sack. I think he might have got 2. I can't really remember. But yeah, Nick Bosa.
The Nick Bosa sack was crazy. I saw Jared Goff. Why did he not throw that away? He tried to spin move Nick Bosa and try and get out the pocket. Should have threw it away. But that ends pick 6 for the regular season. Well, I guess we might do another one next week. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if you enjoyed the pick 6 segment, let me know in the comments below. Let us know in the comments below, because it takes a while to edit the pick 6. So if you want to see it gone for next season, please let me know and we'll remove it, because then I don't have to edit it. Anyway, let's get into week 18, final week of the regular season. Let's make our picks. There's no Thursday games, no Friday games, 2 games on Saturday and the rest on Sunday to wrap up the season. Most of these are just nothing games anyway, so this might be a quick little episode. I hope it is anyway, because some of these games we don't need to spend too long on. First game, though, it's going to be Saturday at 9:30 p.m. UK time. Baltimore Ravens hosting the Cleveland Browns. Who do you think I'm picking? Give me the Ravens. This is an easy pick. The Browns suck. I don't think they've scored a passing touchdown or any touchdown maybe for like 3-4 games. Something like that. The quarterbacks over there don't know what they're doing. So yeah, give me the Ravens. Q, who you got?
I'm going Ravens as well, man. This Browns team is just not good, and I hope they stay that way. Pretty much all I gotta say.
Yeah, Cleveland stink. I'm also taking the Ravens. It's a unanimous again. Well, synonymous, whatever. Anyway,
No, unanimous. Yeah,
I think
that's the right word.
yeah, I'm half asleep. The Ravens are just Yeah, the Ravens are better. Really, it depends. Who are they all gonna play though?
I
Like, the
think I
starters
think they
gonna play.
should. Because if the Ravens lose this and the Steelers beat the Bengals, I think the Steelers move up a seed and the Ravens move down, maybe. So the Ravens, they'll just go and win anyway, bro. You know what I'm saying? I might take under on game points. Honestly, I can see us just running down the clock with this one. A little bit like what happened with the Texans. It was just like, bro, let's just run this and get the fuck out of here. But alternately, I can see 8 going for some crazy stats, crazy numbers, final week to try and push for MVP. And with Josh Allen sitting out in his game, Lamar could go out there and put on a show and then make people realize, yo, this guy's actually the MVP. All this Josh Allen nonsense. Let's look at the stats. Let's look at the facts. Anyway, that's a conversation for a different day. Or is it? We may as well speak about it today because Josh Allen's sitting out. Give me Lamar for MVP. That's all I'm saying. Q, who are you taking for MVP right now, bro? Considering Josh Allen sits out and nothing happens in the final week.
Yeah, if nothing happens, I'm going Lamar. As long as he doesn't like catastrophically blow up in the final game, I think it's his for the year.
And Key, what about you?
Can- If we're saying nothing happens, then Lamar. If the Bengals get in, I'm saying Joe Shiesty.
I like it, but I just don't think they'll give it to him because of his team record, which I think is stupid. I think it's a stupid thing that like the team record counts towards the MVP, which is supposed to be a player award. But at the end of the day, I don't think you can win MVP with what would the record be? 8-8? No, 9-8 if they do win. But then for them to get in the playoffs as well, they need to win, and 2 other teams need to lose out. So it's gonna be tough. But bro, Lamar Jackson, considering he starts this game and plays and gets at least 1 touchdown and a few yards, he'll have 4,000 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Ridiculous stats. Ridiculous stats. And I'm not just a numbers guy, I'm a vibes guy. This guy's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Josh Allen, I think the only stat Josh Allen beats Lamar in is rushing touchdowns, and that's only because they do the Philly special QB sneak on the 1 yard line. Do you know what I mean? So I'm taking Lamar anyway, but I'm wearing a Ravens jersey, so does my opinion really count? I'm speaking facts,
Who's
though.
the running back now?
Yeah, no, exactly.
said who-
Exactly. It's crazy that Josh Allen is moving like a running back when he's built like a linebacker too. That guy is humongous, bro. I just found out his numbers the other day. I didn't realize he was like 6'4", like 200 pounds or something, bro. He's literally built like a linebacker. But the other game on Sunday, we just mentioned it briefly. It's the Bengals at the Steelers. The Steelers, they want to try and win this. They're playing everyone. Mike Tomlin said they need to wash the smell of loss off themselves. But I'm picking the Bengals to give them another loss. Keep that stench going in Pittsburgh. I want the Bengals to get in the playoffs. I want to see Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins in the playoffs. That's primetime football right there, bro, to see on the television. Do you know what I mean? That is entertaining football. Better than watching these Steelers, bro. Who wants to see Russell Wilson in the playoffs again? Not me, bro. I want to see Joe Burrow in them, especially because T. Higgins might not be there next year. Give me the Bengals. And based on that pick, I'm sure you can guess how the rest of my picks might go. Q, who you got for this one?
I got Bengals as well, man. They were 4-8 at one point, and then they won to catch even at 8-8. They need this win in order to get into the playoffs. Steelers need a win in order to keep them out. But if I had to go head to head right now, it's definitely leaning towards Bengals.
I agree. It's a Bengals 3-piece. I'm taking the Bengals too. It's a bit strange because I was just looking on the NFL app. The Bengals have a higher points per game than the Steelers do, but it feels like the Steelers have had a more like comfortable year of wins. If that
What is
makes
in
sense.
points allowed or points scored?
Points scored per game. The Bengals are 6th with 28, and the Steelers are 14th with 22 points per game.
Well,
The
that's
last
what
few
happens
weeks,
when you
yeah.
don't have a defense.
Yeah, the last few weeks,
Yeah,
though,
true.
Russ has been stinking it up, I can't lie. You know, Mike Tomlin said the smell of loss, that's just Russ. That's just Russ's smell. He needs to get in the shower, bro, and get baptized or something, bro, because he stinks right now. The Bengals, bro, Joe Burrow, like we say, MVP candidate if that team record was a little bit better. He's got the numbers. They put up the points, but their defense just allows the points as well. Give me over in game points and give me the Bengals on money line. Might even take them on a spread. I do not know yet. But we are all rooting for the Bengals to make it in the playoffs. NFL script writers, you screwed me over last week, letting the Giants win. If you are actually writing a script, put the Bengals in the playoffs. Let me see it happen. I don't want to see the Steelers in the playoffs. Give me over for George Pickens, though. He might go crazy against that defense. Moving on. Oh, actually, final thing about Joe Burrow might be MVP. He needs 359 passing yards against the Steelers to hit 5,000 for the season. Give me the over on his passing yards. I want him to get that, bro. He might go crazy. 359? I swear he's done it before this season. I might be making that up. Let me double check that. When you back it up with the source. Bro, he threw for 412 against the Broncos, who apparently have the best defense in the league. 3 touchdowns and 412. That did go to overtime, to be fair. Bro, he went for 369 against Dallas, 356 against the Chargers, 428 against the Ravens. Joe Burrow is about to hit 5,000 yards this season. Crazy. Let's move on to the next game, though. Atlanta Falcons at home to the Caroline. The fuck, bro? Who's Caroline, bro? You know what I mean?
Caroline.
Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. Last week, I picked the boy Michael Penix Jr. against the Commanders, and then I changed it last minute, but he wears that 9 on him, bro. Give me Michael Penix to go out there and ball again. Can see this being a high-scoring game, though. The Panthers, low-key, they can put up points, but if you're a Panthers fan and player and in the boardroom over there, just lose, bro, for the draft stock, you know what I mean? So, but give me the Falcons anyway. Falcons still have a chance to get in the playoffs, by the way. If they win and the Buccaneers lose, the Falcons are in. So the Falcons will be going out there trying to win. Key, who you taking for this one?
So, considering if the Falcons win, they still have a chance, I took the Panthers. Because I'm on hate watch. Ever since they dropped my guy, Keiko, I'm on hate watch. So, I'm hoping Bryce Young goes out there, Jay Hayner-esque, and just sends a couple dots. Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers. Might be an upset, might not be. Game's the game.
I can see it happening, honestly. Q, what's your thoughts on this one?
I think last week I picked the Falcons and I didn't change it. This week I'm going to do the same thing, picking the Falcons, not changing it. Penix looked great last week, and they were what looked like a for sure field goal away from winning the game. For it just fell short and went into overtime. I've been cheering on Bryce ever since he came back from being benched. I just don't see it quite happening against the Falcons here.
I respect that. Adam Thielen going out there, by the way, and balling out still. I'd love to see that for the old timer. Thielen. We're getting to some games now where it's a bit of a toss-up because you don't really know who's going to play the starters and who's not. We have the Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. I think I heard a rumor that the Commanders are not going to play JD5 for this one. So, give me the Cowboys anyway. Doesn't matter. Give me the Cowboys anyway, you know what I mean? I'm never going to pick against the Cowboys. We just released Ezekiel Elliott, by the way. Jerry Jones said we want to release him because of everything he's done for the Cowboys franchise. Give him a chance to get some playoff football. Who the fuck's going to pick up Ezekiel Elliott right now? Zeke back in the day, maybe, but back in like 2017. But who's going to pick up this Ezekiel Elliott and take him to the playoffs? He's averaging 3 yards per carry. 3 yards? That's 3 more than me. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, give me the Cowboys to beat the Commanders. Key, who you got?
This was a toss-up for me, honestly. I feel like I don't have any feelings towards either team. So the Commanders, one of the rookie wide receivers is Luke McCaffrey, who's McCaffrey CMC's little brother. So purely off of that, nothing to do with how much I dislike the Cowboys, I'm taking the Commanders.
Family ties. We saw that with your pick 6. I was all picking the Bosas. It runs in the family queue. Who you taking? Commanders at Cowboys.
I've done this all year. I've been preying on the downfall of teams. It usually doesn't work out for me. And I can't believe I am coming to you in my time of need, but I need the Cowboys to get a win here. I don't want to face Philly as the seventh seed versus the two seed. I need Cowboys to turn it on, especially after that horrible game last week, and beat the Commanders. If JD5's not starting, thank fuck, dude, because I don't want to face Philly. I need the Cowboys to win this one, so that's who I'm gonna pick.
I mean, being realistic, I can be realistic as a football fan whilst also being biased towards the teams that I support. Being realistic, if JD5 starts his game and plays his game, the Commanders should win, bro. I have no faith in the Cowboys to go out there and win with Cooper Rush under center and no CD Lamb. But I'm picking the Cowboys anyway because you've got to do it. You know what I mean? You've got to support your team. And if JD5 doesn't play, upset alert, Cowboys on the better odds. They're actually 1+195 at the minute. Don't know what that is in UK terms, but could be a little upset. A good week for upsets, though. As we move on to the next game, Q, your Green Bay Packers are hosting the Chicago Bears. We'll let you go first as the Packers fan. What do you think about this one? Are you going to sit anyone, or do you need to win this to get a higher seed? Or I'm not sure what's going on with your team, but I'll let you talk about them.
The only thing I heard is that it sounds like we pretty much mismanaged the entire Jair Alexander thing. He's been out for a while, and it just came out this week that he needs surgery on his PCL. And if he got it when he was actually injured, he'd be back by now. So, good job, guys. But I need the Packers to win this one too. Not their greatest showing last week. I need them to put their foot down and show something going into these playoffs. And this Bears team, they haven't won a game since the Hail Mary attempt. They're going to come in looking for some sort of good way to end the season. We can't let that happen. We need a win, so I'm picking the Packers.
I didn't think the Packers really played that bad last week, either or. I think they actually put up a good fight. I didn't expect them to win, and I thought it'd be a close game.
What,
But I
against the
think they're doing
Vikings
better
you're
than
talking about?
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think they
turned
did better
it
than I thought.
yeah, it turned into a good game towards the end, but it was what,
Yeah, they were getting
27-10
cooked
going
at
into the
first, I'm not
fourth
going to
quarter.
lie. You were
Yeah,
getting
it was
cooked to begin.
27-10 going into the fourth quarter. I think at that point Vikings were just playing prevent, like try to keep as much in front of you as you can. Packers definitely dug themselves out of that hole, but just didn't do enough. So they're gonna need to do more this week.
Well, I think it's not about it's like the new year. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Me and Q have started tired, but we're gonna finish flying. And I'm going with the Packers.
Well, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Heard that one a few times from the wife. Don't have a wife, by the way. Anyway,
Yeah,
Packers. What? What Q?
I said Hutao.
Yeah. So, have you seen the new outfit? You know I bought that. Anyway, yo, I watched the Bears game last week. Protect Caleb Williams. That's all I'll say, bro. Every time I saw that guy, the highlight was him on the floor at the end of it, bro. He must be the most sacked QB of all time. In fact, I think he's literally on that record, fourth. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure he's fourth on that list. Protect that guy, bro, because if he's got time in the pocket, he's got weapons out there. You know what I mean? Keenan Allen. What's my man's name? DJ Moore. What's the other guy? Swift. Out the backfield. I always get confused between Moore and Swift about which one's the receiver, which one's the running back. But he's got weapons. He just needs time in the pocket. He's a good QB. He just be getting clattered, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm picking the Packers. This game is 96% Packers on the MalloryBros. Pick'em final week for the ESPN Pick'em, by the way, link down below. Shout out to the MalloryBros as always. But it's a three-piece for the Packers. Next game, a bit of a nothing game again because we don't know who's going to play starters, who's not. Houston Texans at Tennessee Titans. Texans have wrapped up their division, so they're guaranteed playoffs anyway, so they'll probably rest some people here. And the Titans suck. I don't care about this game, but give me the Texans.
I was actually looking. I'm not a gambling addict. I was actually looking at just the odds for some games, and they actually have this game like at a flat like 1.9 to 1 for each.
Yeah, it's
So
evens
like
on the
it's
odds.
all up in the air. Yeah. Which is crazy, which means they probably are. The Texans are probably going to sit someone. I still am going to take the Texans. I think it's just going to be a stink off again. There's going to be a Seahawks Bears 6-3.
I don't know how both the Bears and Seahawks outscored the Texans this week. That was just a terrible showing. I'm sure they're probably going to sit some people, but I really think they need to get some people in for a few drives at least. I don't think you have a 2 point performance and then rest people going into the playoffs because then you're just going to have a bunch of rust by the time playoff actually comes. You need to do a couple things in this game, like have 1 or 2 drives from your starters, prove that they can still go out there and do something, and then at that point probably take him out. I'm going Texans either way, but yeah, just can't just cannot afford to have another performance like last week.
Was it last week's game that the Titans put up like 30 points, but most of it was garbage time stuff? I think it might have been either last week or the week before that. No, it must have been the week before because last week was the Jags. But let me double check that actually. Was it the Panthers they played? I might be bugging. Colts.
I
They put up
think
30 against the Colts,
yeah.
but the Colts are some bums anyway, so let me not even bring them back up because I'll just start raging. Literally 1 win away from 5 Gs. Anyway.
Look who it is.
Hmm?
The next game. Look who it is.
Give me the Jags. Next game is the Jags at Colts. Fuck the Colts. Fuck the Colts. That's all I have to say about this one. Not too much on it. Shout out to Anthony Richardson, though. He just came out and said that he's got back pain and he's had a scan and it might be like a chronic disease, bro. And he said he didn't play last week because he literally couldn't stand up and couldn't walk around, bro. So prayers up to Anthony Richardson for whatever he's dealing with. But that's not the reason I'm picking the Jags. I'm picking the Jags because the Colts let me down for 5 bands. So fuck the Colts. I have a list. You know what I mean? Broncos, Jets, Cardinals, Colts. Fuck everybody on that list. Give me the Jags. Q, who you got for this one?
I feel like I'm going against my better judgment here. I still don't trust this Jaguars team. I still don't think Mac Jones is a good quarterback. He's got a couple wins in Trevor Lawrence's absence, but that whole team has just been garbage. I'm picking the Colts. It's probably going to be another close stink off like a few of these games last week, but yeah, I'm sticking with the Colts.
People don't know this because my guy, he almost won 5 bands. I almost won £100, and I just say that off a free bet. So I would have took it, but the Colts let me down, so I wasn't really too bothered anyway. But I'm gonna take the Colts anyway because, in better words, why not? I was gonna say F it, but why not?
Yeah, the dichotomy of man. I stand on my hatred, bro. If you're going to let me down, I don't care. Next week, I'm picking against you, bro. I'm praying on your downfall since you caused mine. Do you know what I could have done with 5 bands, bro? I could have quit this whole YouTube thing for like at least a whole year, bro. I would have been sorted. I would have been happy. I would have just been playing Persona 5 all day and not have to worry about where my next paycheck's coming from for a short bit, a cool bit, you know what I mean? But the Colts went out there. Malik Neighbors, bro, he is a baller. I never doubted that. But, bro, some of those plays, they got it down to like 2 points or something. Next play was like a fucking 68-yard touchdown. And I was just like, brother, I am going to find some alcohol. Drink responsibly, gamble responsibly. Gotta say that if you don't know ball, don't put money on it. That is the philosophy here. Next game, Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. It was a close-ish game last time these two played just 2 weeks ago. Patriots are at home hosting the Bills. Josh Allen is going to start the first drive for the Bills and then sit out the rest of the game. He has a record or a streak right now for most consecutive starts in the NFL, allegedly, I think, or at least he's going for that record. So the head coach has said they're going to start him and then sit him. So low-key, I want to take the Patriots for this one. If you're the Patriots, you probably want to lose at this point in the season, get the draft stock, but this is a divisional game, right? Anything can happen in a divisional game. And if Josh Allen sits out, if he plays more than 1 drive, give me the Bills. If he sits out, give me the Patriots. I'm going to back the Patriots. I think next season they could go crazy if they get a good pick in the draft. I want to see them trade for T. Higgins. I think Patriots, if they picked up T. Higgins, bro, that could be. I don't know why I can just see it. Visions of old Patriots. Q, who you taking for this one? Bit of a nothing game, but still, who you got?
Yeah. Regardless of if Josh Allen plays or not, I'm picking the Bills. Where was he last game he played the Patriots? Because that was the James Cook show. Josh Allen barely showed up in that one. They still got the victory, regardless of if he plays or not. I think Bills are going to get the win here. It's an interesting point you bring up about the Patriots draft stock, though, because I think they're sitting at number one right now. So I got a lot of people playing for their jobs again, and we know how that went with the Giants last week. But I don't know. We're gonna have an inspired Patriots team, but I think Bills are still gonna get it done.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, on paper, 93% Mallory Bros pick 'em have gone for the Bills. The Patriots, if they lose, they get the number one draft pick. So on paper, put your life savings on the Bills to win. I mean, it's the Buffalo Bills, and if the Patriots lose, they get the number one pick. But I basically did that last week with the Colts, and look how that turned out. Bum ass team. Fuck the Colts. I don't even know where Indianapolis is, and it's very hard to say. So fuck the Colts. Key, who you got for this one? Bills, Patriots.
So I can't remember if it was last week or the week after, week before. Sorry, I said that the Giants. Q brought it up before. I said that the Giants were gonna win one game that's gonna get them away from the first pick. It's gonna lose to me. And I think the Patriots are going to do the same. And I think this is going to be the game. I know this can only be the game that they lose, that they win. Sorry, that'll kill their number one draft pick hopes. But I'm taking the Patriots. I think they're going to win. I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
I think you
I'm
said that week.
hoping.
Sorry, I was gonna say I think you said that week 16 because that was Giants Falcons, and I know how much you hate those Falcons now. So
Yeah, I am hoping Josh Allen comes out, does his first snap, throws an interception, pick six, take him out. Let's go home.
And then that'll take
End
him
the
out the
game there.
MVP race, and my boy Lamar will pick up the trophy. I don't think
the
it,
game
it
there.
actually will, but yeah, I mean, it's funny how these games line up to let us transition well, but we've been speaking about how the Giants beat the Colts. The next game of the week is the Giants at the Eagles. Now, let's talk about it, boys. Saquon Barkley, he's not playing. He's not playing. He's been told he's got to sit out, bro. And is it Sirianni? Nick Sirianni? Is that the head coach's name? I always get it. I always forget his first name, but yeah, he said they're not playing the starters, bro. So I had the Eagles to win easy. Saquon to break the record. He needed 101 yards. And bro, I'm so disappointed. Even as a Cowboys fan, I'm disappointed for Saquon that he doesn't get to go out there and get the record. And if I'm Saquon, I'm fuming about this, bro. 101 yards. He could do that in a quarter or a half. But he's been told he's not playing. So, on the basis of last week, and on the basis that the Eagles are resting their starters, I'm going to pick the Giants. This is going to be my worst week of NFL picks in terms of record. But the Giants beat the Colts last week. Malik Neighbors went crazy. And I'm going to pick the Giants to beat this second string Eagles team. Probably going to backfire. It's at home for the Eagles as well. Give me the Eagles, actually. Fuck it. Give me the Eagles. The Giants aren't going to win this bum-ass team. Q, who you got? And what's your thoughts on Saquon, actually? In fact, we'll do that at the end. Let's do our picks and then we can talk Saquon. Or, in fact, talk Saquon right now if you want. Or who you got for the game?
yeah, that's what I was gonna start with. Saquon, 101 yards away from the record. He's pissed off. A lot of fans are pissed off. But how do you think the offensive line feels? Because I feel like we get so far into these running back records with how many yards they get, we forget there's five guys at least blocking for him every single play. It's their record as much as it is his. And I don't know, man. I think it's a little bit ridiculous. Like, I know you're gonna want to rest people for the playoffs, but you still need to give them some in-game experience so they don't completely rust up over the like 2 weeks that they're gonna be resting. Um, I would definitely have put Saquon in, try to give him like a half to get the record. If he doesn't get it at that point, it is what it is, and I think you take him out. But we saw this Eagles team last week with what second, third string quarterbacks both throwing all kinds of touchdowns. I think it's going to be a similar story this week. I'm going Eagles to win it.
Yeah, the thing is as well with resting Saquon, or if you're gonna play Saquon, I mean, you're gonna play the first string O line as well. You know, especially if you're trying to wrap the record up as quickly as possible, you're gonna have to try and play with all of your starters out there, you know, to get that record. And that's probably where Sirianni made the decision to be like, if we're resting one, we're resting everyone, type shit, bro. You know what I mean? So
I was about to say that. I was just looking on the NFL app to see who like participated in practice, and like Lane Johnson and a lot of like the O line for the Eagles didn't participate at all. But I've also just seen Kenny Pickett didn't participate too. So their QB is going to be that Tanner McKee. Isn't he like 17, something like that? So
he's 17.
I think so, yeah, something like that.
17 years old in the NFL, bro. Come on now.
I swear somebody said the other day.
He might be number 17 on his jersey. But I don't think he's 17 years old, Q.
The only 17-year-old I know playing professional football is Ryan Williams at Alabama.
Never mind, I am wrong.
17 in the NFL, bro. Damn.
I am wrong.
Yo,
I seen something about. I swear to God, I seen something about a 17-year-old QB getting his first touchdown. Never mind. I'm just dreaming.
Maybe
there was only one
college.
person ever to get drafted out of high school. Like, there's no way they're letting a 17-year-old in the NFL.
And it was LeBron James. You know what I mean?
A 17-year-old in the NFL?
He's number 16, actually, the Eagles QB. So close.
We cut that out. Well, anyway, I'm taking Tanner McKee and the Eagles. I think the Giants just stink anyway.
He's back in the Eagles and the 17-year-old QB. But bro, think about how poetic it would have been for Saquon to go and play the Giants and break the record against the team that got rid of him, bro. That is literally NFL script writers at the finest. I bet you the script writers are there in the room when they heard Sirianni was benching everyone and they were like, bro, we wrote this perfectly. What the fuck are you doing? Like, this is George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones, and then he saw what happened in the last 2 seasons. He's like, bro, all my hard work for this? Like, bro, we got you down to the last game against the Giants, and you're not going to play him? I'm so annoyed for Saquon, bro. But, yeah.
You gotta get that. That meme where the fella's writing, and it's just there's flames coming out of his pen.
Gunner when he's writing on the pen's on fire.
It's too fire, man. Shit burnt up. Didn't get to see
perfect. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. If I was Saquon, I wouldn't want to break the yards record against anybody but the Giants. Literally, there'd be nobody better. If you said to Saquon at the start of the year, you're going to be 100 and whatever yards,
101, literally. That's easy for him.
Off the record, and it's going to be against the Giants, he'd bite your hand off. Well, Nick Sirianni, another reason for me to hate you.
Again, perfect transition into the next game. We're talking about records. We've just mentioned Saquon. The next game, New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The record I mentioned is Mike Evans. He needs 85 yards to have 11 straight seasons of over 1,000 yards. That is ridiculous. And he's only played 13 games this season. I think he was injured for a bit. But he played 13 games back in 2019 and went for 1.1k. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go out there and whoop the Saints. Give me over on Mike Evans' receiving yards. I think he'll go out there, hit a record, bro. 11 straight seasons of 1,000 yards. This is why I always say Mike Evans is a future Hall of Famer. That guy is just crazy, bro. 11 straight seasons of 1,000 yards. Give me the Bucks. Give me Mike Evans on the over. Q, who you taking for this one? Divisional game, I think, right? But there's a bit of a rivalry always between these two teams. But there is no Lattimore at the Saints anymore to cause any problems. But Q, who you got for this one? First of all, my bad. Want to give thoughts and prayers to the people of New Orleans. Some fuck shit happened at the start of the new year. It's crazy. Won't stay on that for too long, but thoughts and prayers to the people affected by that. Back to the football, though. New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Q, who you taking in this game?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too. But did you notice that every game this week is a divisional matchup?
Oh,
That's
for
pretty much
real?
from what I remember, that's usually how the season ends. It's like rivalry week in college football. Every single matchup this week is a divisional matchup.
Wow.
So
I didn't even spot the connection until you've said that now, and I'm looking back now and I'm like, oh my god, yeah. How did I not see that?
you said that like 3 times. I didn't know if you actually just didn't notice it or
I
what.
literally, like,
Regardless of
yeah,
that,
no, I literally didn't. I sort of clocked it because I was like, oh, Cowboys are playing Commanders and the Eagles are playing the Giants. And then I was like, oh, it's just coincidence. That's the script writers again. But no, yeah, I guess it is all divisional, which is very
no,
interesting. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Saturday is literally just the AFC North playing, and then Sunday's everybody else. But to the game, Mike Evans, I think he is going to get another 1,000-yard season, 85 yards. They're probably going to try to just at this point throw everybody on him. If you're the Saints defense, but I think he's definitely capable of still breaking that threshold for 1,000 yards. Saints just have been absolutely awful to end the year. Complete opposite of how they started the year. I'm picking the Buccaneers in this one.
Me and a little tangent. Me and my good man. I don't know what side you are for you.
This
Are you
side.
this side? Me and my good guy. We were actually discussing the other day about like how we've had hiatuses from watching the NFL, where we have like a year off or like 2 years off without meaning it. It just happens. And we were talking about how the last season I ever watched before, it sounds like it was forever ago, it wasn't. But the last season I watched before like getting properly back into it was Tom Brady's championship with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I like Tampa Bay. I like the strip mainly.
You like to
I also
strip?
like
What do you
Baker
mean by that?
Mayfield.
What do you mean? What did he say? What did he say?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The
I like their strip, the
uniform.
team's
Yeah, yeah,
strip,
yeah.
not the team stripping. I like the team's uniform then.
Yeah, that's
And
better.
I like Baker, I like Mike Evans, I like Goodwin, I like a lot of the team, Bucky Haven.
Bucky, my boy
I
Bucks.
like them all. So I am gonna take the Buccaneers too. I don't think I've picked against them since we done the first episode. There we go.
Next up, Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. I said at the start, I want Bengals in the playoffs. To get in the playoffs, the Kansas City Chiefs need to beat the Broncos. Broncos need to win to get in the playoffs. The Chiefs are resting everybody. We're going to see Carson Wentz go out there, and I don't even know who he's going to be throwing to. They might get some fans from the crowd to play receiver for them because they're sitting everybody, bro. But still, plus 450 in the odds. If this hits money line, it's cash. Give me the Chiefs. Bro, I put all the results necessary for the Bengals to get in the playoffs on a parlay. If the Bengals make the playoffs, I'm buying a Joe Burrow jersey. That's all I'll say. Yeah? Give me the Chiefs. Q, I think we're on the same path here. Who you taking?
Yeah. I'm not even trying to do it as like an agenda to push the Bengals into the playoffs. This is just genuinely how I see things shaking out. Uh, Carson Wentz and all these backups for the Chiefs are going to be playing for their life this week. You don't want to let your divisional rival into the playoffs at any point. This, if the Chiefs lose, they're going to basically just let the Broncos walk right in. I don't think they want that to happen. They want to put their foot down, regardless of if they're playing starters or not, and kick these Broncos out of the playoffs. Plus, just historically, Chiefs has been dominating um, the Broncos for like so many years now. I'm not gonna count the game they played earlier, where it was just a blocked field goal separating them. But yeah, no, I still think the Chiefs are gonna find some dark magic bullshit to win this game, keep the Broncos out of the playoffs. So that's who I'm going with.
Yeah, it is at the Broncos' home for this one as well. So maybe the Broncos have that advantage. Home field, they've got the crowd behind them, win and get in the playoffs. They'll be playing everybody. The Chiefs are resting everybody. Key, who you're taking. It's a tough one to call when you're biased towards the Bengals, but like realistically, I think the Broncos might win, but I'm biased. I want the Bengals in the playoffs. I'm picking the Chiefs. Key, round us out for this game. Who you got?
I also, I want to put it out there. I also want the Bengals to get into the playoffs. I really like Joe Shiesty, Jamar, T. Higgins, all that, Chase Brown, all them guys. I just can't see it happening, man. I can't see, I can't see the Broncos going out and losing to a bunch of people that I feel like haven't even had snaps this year. I mean, it's going to be a bunch of rusty, like just sitting there getting paid players at home too. I can't see it. I'm taking the Broncos. I'm taking heartbreak for Joe Burrow. And it's going to be heartbreak for me too, because I want him to be there, but I'm taking the Broncos.
Man, it's going to be a good week of football. Some of these games stink. Some of these games are going to be really fun to watch. The next game is debatable. Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. I believe the Chargers playoff seed depends on how the Steelers get on against the Bengals. So if the Steelers lose, then I think the Chargers rest their starters. But if the Steelers win, then I think the Chargers need to win to adjust the seed. I'm not going to lie, especially being from the UK and not following the playoff bracket that long. It's so confusing, all this seed and stuff to me, bro. So I don't even know. But I'm picking the Chargers regardless. I think the Raiders suck. Shout out to Brock Bowers, but they need a quarterback over in Las Vegas. They need a few pieces, actually, not just one. I'm going to pick the Chargers regardless. Key, who you got for this one?
Yeah, I really like Aiden O'Connell. I think he's actually decent. I like Brock. I don't think that they're going to win. I really don't. And yeah, 10-6 Chargers. Surely they don't lose to the Raiders. Surely.
It's whether
I
they
know
play
they've
the
had a
starters or
couple.
not, though. This is why
Yeah,
the last week of the NFL season is so just arse to bet on, at least, because you don't know who's going to play. Gamble responsibly. I need to stop talking about betting, bro. Fucking hell.
If they're dependent on the Steelers, though, surely they play the full first string.
Well, Steelers
Surely.
play the day before. So
yeah,
so they'll know the result of that game before their game anyway. Q, I feel like you want to interject here. Do you know anything? Am I chatting shit about this playoff seed?
Well, the thing I noticed, and again, it is just really confusing with how these tiebreakers and stuff go. But right now, Steelers are ahead of the Chargers, like no matter what. So I think regardless of the outcome of the Steelers game, Chargers are going to want to put everybody in this game, get the better seed, and get more experience heading into the playoffs. And I think Brock Bowers is their best weapon. Aiden O'Connell has been their best option, but I definitely think they're probably going to be looking somewhere else this offseason, whether it be like free agents or the draft or whatever. But I'm going Chargers on this one. I think it might be like a sneaky close game, but I'm sticking Chargers regardless.
I've got a light bulb idea. You've just said they might be looking for a new QB next season. Do you know who potentially looking like could be a free agent, as well as their wide receiver partner? Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Adams back to the Raiders and he brings A-Rod with him. And next season the Raiders go 4-12 again. It would be poetic.
Cinema.
Absolute cinema. Yo, get me in that script writer room. That would be hilarious, bro. After all the complaining Davante Adams did to get out of there, if he goes back there with A-Rod and they go 2-12 again, or whatever their record was together at the Jets, that would be hilarious. But you're picking the Chargers, right, Q?
Yep.
Key, I think you said
Yeah,
Chargers. I think I cut you off before you actually announced the pick. But yeah, let's just see what happens, bro. Next game, a game that I have not researched too tough. I have no idea what this means for the playoff standings. It's the Seattle Seahawks at the LA Rams. For some reason, the Rams are massive underdogs in the odds. So I don't know whether that means the Rams have locked up their seed and they're sitting players or something. But right now, the Seahawks are minus 290. Rams plus 240. What's going on with the Rams, bro? Are they resting people? I don't know, but the few games I've watched this season of the Seahawks, they've not impressed me. The Rams, though, they've not impressed me in recent weeks either. I don't know why their offense seems to be working Cooper Kupp out of the system. They're trying to get rid of my guy. They're trying to push him out to the fringes, and I don't like it. I want to pick the Rams, though, but this is a game that I'm not putting money on because I don't know what's going on over there, bro, in their division. I don't even care, to be honest. But I'm picking the Rams. I don't know what's going on with the odds, though. Q, we'll let you go first in case you know anything that we don't. But Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy and haven't been able to check on who's starting and who's sitting people, but just looking at the standings here, Rams have their seed locked up and everybody else in the division's been eliminated. So I'd have to imagine that they're just sitting people at this point. Um, if that's the case, I want to lean towards Seahawks, but we saw what I thought was like a pretty decently healthy Seahawks team against the Bears score 6 points all game. So I don't think I can in good faith pick the Seahawks. So I'm going Rams.
See, for me, this is a bad one. I hate the Seahawks, but speaking of who's starting for the Rams, do you know who's actually starting at QB for the Rams this week?
Who?
Jimmy G.
Oh
What?
yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo is starting a QB for the Rams this week.
So that's
So
why
for
they plus
me,
240.
for me, I don't even want to say it. This is like moldy cheese on one
Hmm.
side and moldy bread
Yeah. This is
on
like.
the other.
I won't say it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it. Can I just not pick?
You can pick a draw. You can always pick a draw. It'll be the first draw in NFL picks history, though.
It's not going to draw. I'm on the Seahawks. I was going to go the Rams. I've even wrote the Rams down, but I forgot Jimmy G starting. I'm not gonna be on the Jimmy G train again.
Well, that changes things low key for me. I didn't realize they were doing that. I thought Matthew Stafford would still go out there and be a bum. Like, it cost me money last week again, but gamble responsibly. Yeah, I don't even know, bro. I don't even want to pick on this game. Can we leave this one off the picks, bro? I don't even care about this one, low key. But anything else to add before we
You
move
can leave
on?
it off the parlay. You can leave it off the parlay, but we got to do it for the show, brother.
All right, we're leaving it off the parlay, and I'm picking the Seahawks then. Deal? All
There
right.
we go. There we go.
Next up, back to our Bengals train. If the Bengals want to get in the playoffs, they need the Dolphins to lose. They play the New York Jets at the New York Jets. It might be Aaron Rodgers' last game in the NFL. He's a loser, bro, but I'm hoping he goes out there and wins this game with the Jets. 4-12 on the season, absolute disaster. Last week, A-Rod had one of the worst games in NFL history and then quit on his team and said, hey, ain't it about time to put Tyrod in? What the fuck do you mean put Tyrod in, bro? Put the Rod in's crazy, by the way. They've got two Rods over there in the Jets, A-Rod and Tyrod. But I think A-Rod starts this game, throws 2 touchdowns to Devontae Adams. The Dolphins go out there and hawk Tua. I need to say that every time I mention Dolphins. I'm sorry, brain rot. Give me the Jets though, because I want the Bengals in the playoffs, but not putting money on that. Fuck the Jets. Yeah, Q, who you got?
Um, as far as I'm aware, Aaron Rodgers um, is sitting at 499 career touchdowns, and it's about time to get 500, dude. Um, Regardless of how garbage he's been this season, he's still a legend of the game. He's always going to be one of, if not my absolute favorite players of all time. Um, I can't see him go out with another loss here, especially with the narrative everybody talks about. I still don't like to feed into him, but we've seen it so many times. Dolphins usually don't play that well in the cold, going all the way up to fucking New Jersey for this game, away from their home environment. Uh, Jets fans, if there are any left after this season, will their team to a win? Jets barely get a win. Aaron Rodgers' potential final game, finally getting 500 touchdowns.
You know, sometimes I see stats and like from like the olden days, and you'll see a guy have like 1,999 yards, and you're like, damn, couldn't he have just got that one extra yard or something, you know? I feel like this A-Rod stat could go down as that, bro. This might be his last game in the NFL. He never plays again, then he goes down in the history books at 499. And kids in the future will look back and be like, that Aaron Rodgers guy, I wonder what his stance on vaccines was. But also, couldn't he have just got one extra touchdown? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, the guy's a weirdo, but I hope he does hit the record. Key, who you got for this game?
I really like A-Rod. Like you said, He's in his top however many favourite players. He's in my top 5. I really like him. I can't see him
Can I ask you a
not
question?
going out.
Are you vaccinated?
I actually am, you know.
Then you're not in
I
his
was
top
vaccinated
5.
and had
You're not going to be in his
boosters.
top 5 people, I'll tell you that.
That's fine. He was immunised, all right. I think
What a
A-Rod's
weird guy.
He's going to be looking forward to this, to a ayahuasca, whatever, trip at the end of the season.
Isn't that Tua's second name? Can I say that? I don't even know. Keep going, carry on, bro. Save me.
Yeah, I think he's going to be looking forward to it. I think he's going to want to go there with a W. I think Tua Tagovailoa is going to lead the Dolphins to a loss. And
you didn't even need to say Hawk in that one. That would have been good regardless. Oh man.
But yeah, I'm taking a Jets W. I don't know if you guys know this. I cannot remember for the life of me if it's actually true, but it's something like this. Paolo Maldini, the football player, he finished his career with exactly 500 games played.
I thought you were going to say he finished his career at the New York Jets. I was going to say, how did that happen? But
Nah, he finished with exactly 500 games played. I think A-Rod, if he doesn't come back next year, is going to finish with like, I want to say 500 touchdowns, but he's going to throw for more than one, surely. I'm going to say like, he's going to finish with like 502 touchdowns if he doesn't come back next year. So I'm taking the Jets on a dub.
Yeah. I also forgot to mention, this is the last week that the Jets can get that random win at the end of the year, completely fuck up their draft stock. So that's part of the reason I'm picking the Jets too.
Next game, speaking of Hawks and Tua, next game is another bird playing. It's the 49ers at the Cardinals. Bro, I hate the Cardinals, a bum-ass team. Give me the 49ers. First time this season I'm picking this guy's team. Should have probably let him go first since it's his team. My bad, Key. But I'm picking the 49ers. Go on.
I don't know if you're going to want to pick the 49ers after
Are you resting
what I've got
people?
to tell you. So the thing is, I was looking on the injury list, yeah. I knew already, so Josh Dobbs is starting at QB. Brock's injured.
What?
So Brock's not even the starting QB. He went out late in the game.
He did, but I thought he said he was be back for this.
Well, he's doubtful.
Don't he want a contract though? Don't he need to go out there and ball for a contract?
He's already been balling anyway.
Oh, he balled last week, didn't he? 3 interceptions.
For like 3 quarters.
Yeah, 3 interceptions.
Josh Dobbs is balled every week.
Josh Dobbs actually played good last week. I like Josh Dobbs, I actually do. And Josh Dobbs and Juwan Jennings both played for the same, I want to say, college football team, I want to say. Something along the lines of that. But, so, Brock's out. Brock's doubtful. We've got Kittle. George Kittle's questionable. Debo's questionable. Ricky Pearsall's questionable. Leonard Floyd's questionable. Bosa's questionable. Demo's questionable. Even Jair Brown, he's questionable. So, you know, it depends who plays. I'm obviously still going to take the Niners. Obviously, because fuck the Cardinals anyway.
Jesus Christ. Why did I not wait until all this injury report came out before I put some parlays on, bro? Jesus Christ. You guys suck, bro. Do you know how many times the Niners have let me down this season? And the one week I thought, let me support them. And then you're going to let me down for supporting you, bro?
Jake Moody let us down, alright. The rest of the team played well, apart from Brock had a little bit of a stinker near the end.
But, bro, low-key, though, he was airing it out. I was like, yo, he can put up points against the Cardinals, Brock Purdy, but if he's not playing... To be fair, your man came in at the end, what's his name, Josh Dobbs? Is that his name, the backup? He threw like 3 for 3 and a touchdown or something, so... I mean...
He ran one in himself.
I mean... I might still take the 49ers, and if Nick Bosa plays, he is going to eat Kyler Murray for breakfast, bro. You know, like Lucky Charms, bro? They have a little small man on the front of the box. That's Kyler Murray, bro. That's what Nick Bosa sees when he looks like Kyler Murray. That's a Lucky Charm under center. I'm going to eat him for lunch.
I thought you were going to say a different Nick Bosa joke, honestly. Q knows
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I mean, that yeah. We won't go there. But
Run from it.
have I picked for this one? I did. I said the Niners. Q, did you pick for this one? You
No,
did
I
not.
didn't say
Take
anything
the
yet.
stage.
Niners have so many guys questionable, but this entire Cardinals team has been questionable. I've tried to support them for so long throughout this year, and there's so many times where Kyler and the gang are just running around like chickens with their head cut off. Like I still vividly have that image of Kyler Murray versus the Vikings running in an actual circle, chucking it downfield, and the only person there was Byron Murphy for the Vikings. It's like, what are you doing, dude? I'm
Did you
trying
see?
to support my short
Sorry,
king.
did you see him get sacked last week? But there was nobody there, and someone said he got sacked by the ghost of Aaron Donald. Oh man.
Yeah, no. I'm going 49ers. I hate these guys, but they always have a good coach that'll get pretty much any player going in that system. And Josh Dobbs, he's a quality backup, I think. Like he's a really smart guy. You need that at the quarterback. He actually interned at NASA twice. People call him the Pastronaut because of that. And
That's
I
quality.
see Pastronaut going for some touchdowns against these Cardinals here. Um, Definitely want to end the season on a high note if you're a 49er fan.
See, Key mentioned Paolo Maldini before. He actually worked at NASA for a bit, and they called him a pastronaut as well because he's Italian. Next game of the week, though, is the game of the week. Biggest one, most stakes on the line here. Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. MalloryBros Pick'em has a 24% Vikings, 76% Lions. The odds have Lions as the favorites, Vikings as the underdogs. And this is a big game. This decides the first seed, I believe. Also, a first week bye that comes with that. So both teams going out there, they want to win. The Lions, you saw what they did last week to the 49ers. Questions about resting starters for this game. They said, no, we're bringing everybody going out there, whooping ass, put belt to ass, as Amon-Ra St. Brown's shoulders. This is a big game. And for me, I'm going to sound like Michael Owen right now. It comes down to who can score the most points. You know, I think the Detroit Lions can easily drop 40 on the head of the Vikings, but I think the Vikings can drop more than that. You know, I think the Vikings get the most defensive stops, and ultimately that is what this game comes down to for me. The Lions' defense is so hair right now. I think the Vikings go out there with the better defense. That Lions offense has just, bro, they're crazy. They'll put up points regardless. Take the over in game points for this one for sure. But I'm taking moneyline Vikings. Jetters, 2 touchdowns. Give me that. Addison's out there balling. Sam Darnold's out there balling. After I called him whack, remember, boys, that one week I called him whack? He dropped 5 touchdowns the next week, and I think he's gone for 3 every week since. I lit a fire underneath that guy. What can I say? I'm taking the underdog Vikings. I just think the defense is better, and that's going to be the deciding factor. Because this Lions defense, what are they going to be able to do, bro? Against Jay Jettas and all of them, man, that's out there balling. One thing I will say, though, I know I'm ranting a bit for this one. The Lions love to blitz. I said this about the 49ers game too. The Lions love to blitz. And Sam Darnold has been sacked a lot of times this season. He likes to stay in that pocket, wait for things to open up downfield for him. If he gets that shot downfield, he can launch it, and it's money. But if the Lions bring the blitz, Darnold's going to get hit a few times. This is going to be such a good game, but I am going with the Minnesota Vikings. Q, who are you taking for this one?
We saw what the 49ers can do against this Detroit defense, and I think at this point we can all say they're a pretty injured squad. They have good players, but they're nowhere near their full capacity. Uh, who's injured on the Vikings offense right now? Because I don't know if anybody is. This Vikings team, I hate to say it, especially as a divisional rival, they have been damn near flawless down the stretch here. I'm looking. It looks like the only guy on offense that's questionable is Aaron Jones. I think they're probably going to play him too. They've just been so good. I fucking hate it. um, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a barn burner. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. Lions offense can score against pretty much any defense, but their defense themselves has been just completely torn apart. I think their only starters are still like their safeties and one cornerback, and everybody else has been wiped out from the starting lineup. And I just don't think they're going to be able to withstand the Vikings attack, especially with all their different weapons. So, as much as I hate to say it, I hate both these teams. I'm going to have to pick the Vikings, though.
One thing I just want to add in, I think the Lions, bro, they need to take the points that they can get in this game. I know we said they can score a bunch, but bro, Dan Gamble going for it on fourth down every single drive is not going to run against this Vikings team. Take the field goal if you have to, Dan, because you're obviously watching this right now. Dan Campbell, I know you're a fan of the show. Take the field goals, bro. It's okay to settle for 3. Your offense can go out there and score as many times as they want, bro. You know what I mean? That Lions playbook has more tricks in it than a magician's hat, bro. Did you see that touchdown for Jameson Williams, bro, with the Amon-Ra pitch back to him? That shit was planned. That shit's crazy. But I'm still taking the Vikings.
Amon-Ra's knee was down on that play.
Ooh.
I'm pissed.
Controversial. Ref watch.
There's a clear snapshot of his knee on the floor.
Was the ball in his hands though?
Yeah, he's like this, and his knees down as he's like.
Did he get touched?
Yeah, I think there was 2 players on him.
He was getting tackled as he pitched it, to be fair.
Yeah.
But you know, who's your pick for the Vikings game though? Okay, we leave the past in the past. It's a new year, new us. Looking forward. Vikings Lions. Who you taking for the game?
Hey, I've liked the Lions organization. I think it's a good, I think all round it's well run, it's well everything. I like the team, but now fuck the damn Lions. I hate them. After that game, fucking Amon-Ra, he was my guy as well, man. I had him on the parlay last week for a touchdown. He was my guy, and then he come out and he put something on like his Instagram or something about George Kittle, basically like going at him or something.
It was Fred Warner. I saw that.
Well, Fred Warner, even worse. Fred's my guy. Fuck you, Amon-Ra. You couldn't lace Fred Warner's cleats, my boy.
He brought belt to arse though against them.
Oh, it's not hard against the team that's lost half the players. You know what I mean? But I think I'm taking the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings because fuck Detroit. Fuck Detroit.
Well then,
next year I'm going back with it.
Anything else?
Fuck Detroit.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our Week 18 picks. Boys, that's the end of the regular season. It's been fun. Shout out to everyone who's been supporting us through these weeks. Hopefully for next season, we will start this from week 1 and try and keep consistent through all 18 weeks of the regular season. Like I say, next week there should be a playoff bracket video. I don't know exactly how we're going to do this, but once the playoff brackets are all finalized, we're going to do our predictions for every game down to the Super Bowl, because it'll be able to predict that then. And that should be very interesting indeed. But you know, I'm going to pick the Ravens to win it anyway. So, before we end this episode, I want to bring in a new segment called Do You Know Ball? Round of applause from the studio audience. Hopefully for next season, we'll have some graphics and some sound effects to go with these segments, you know, for Pick 6, and if we bring Pick 6 back, that is. But I wanted to give the boys a little quiz, a little football trivia quiz. See who knows ball, who doesn't. Now, Q has been watching this sport for no disrespect here, but Q has been watching this sport for a longer time than Key has. So I've tried to adjust the difficulty of the questions based on that. So, Key, question number 1 for you, bro. This should be a gimme. You know, it's question 1. This active rookie NFL tight end just eclipsed 1,000 yards and 100 catches.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers, it was 1-0 to Key. Question number 2, Key. This special teams play allows a team to attempt a field goal immediately following a fair catch. What's it called?
A free kick.
2-0.
Yes.
2-0. He's 2 for 2. Stay with me now. Question number 3. This is a tough one. I don't know if you're going to get this one. This active NFL wide receiver sits at number 5 on most yards by a wide receiver in their first 5 seasons. I don't know if you're going to get this one. You want me to repeat the question?
First 5 seasons, you said.
Stay with me now. This active NFL wide receiver sits at number 5 on most yards by a wide receiver in their first 5 seasons in the league.
Oh no. Q knows. I'm gonna say it's between 2 right now. I feel like they're both wrong, no? I'm gonna say Jamar Chase.
That is absolutely wrong. The answer
It wasn't.
was CD Lamb. My boy CD Lamb.
Oh, I wasn't even
For
gonna
a
think of it.
bonus point, though, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. Can you tell me who is number 1 on that list of most receiving yards in their first 5 seasons in the NFL?
Jay Jettis.
That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. Bro, this stat is ridiculous, by the way. Justin Jefferson has 7,378 yards in his first 5 seasons. 7,000 yards, bro. For context, CD was number 5 with 6,300. A whole 1,000 yards. Bro, that is crazy. But that is your 3 starter questions. I have some more bonus questions at the end if I felt like throwing them in. Q, it's time for your first question. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be, man.
So, like I say, the questions are scaled a little bit. I know a lot of people might thought they were gimmies for Key, but he did his best. Q, question number 1. Known for its brutal winter conditions, which is the oldest stadium currently in use in the NFL? First opened in 1924.
That'd be Lambeau Field, wouldn't it?
It is not. The answer is Soldier Field, Chicago Bears Stadium. Close, but not quite, Colin. Question number 2. When the NFL was founded in 1920... Hold on. How did I write this? When the NFL was founded in 1920, it went by a different name. What was the original name before it was called the NFL, is basically the question. And this is back to 1920. You've had one question from 1924, and this question's from 1920. I'm testing your knowledge of history right now. Key got active rookie receivers, and you're getting 1920, bro. Oh, man. Stay with me now.
Man, I'm just getting washed by these questions here. I want to say it was like oh man, I should know this, but I honestly am coming up with nothing right now.
Can I guess?
Go for it.
I don't
Can I
know,
guess?
dude.
The Pigskin
Wait,
Football
hold on.
League.
Are you gonna guess,
I
Q?
was gonna say the NAAF, the National Association of American Football, something like that.
That is actually close. That is actually really close. I want to give you half a point for that because you got 3 out of the 4 words.
God damn it.
The correct answer,
what is
Key,
it?
you were wrong with the pigskin thing, bro. But the answer is the American Professional Football Association. Not even the Professional American Football, the American Professional Football Association. It's a tough question. It is a tough question.
I could tell you the 2 teams from back then that are still in the league. That give me half a point.
Go for it.
The 2 original teams with that were the Decatur Staleys, who turned into the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Cardinals, who turned into the Arizona Cardinals.
That is crazy ball knowledge. I didn't even know that stuff. I had to teach someone the other day that the Houston Oilers are actually the Tennessee Titans, and they were like, "What do you mean the Houston Oilers are not the Houston Texans?" And I'm like, "Don't ask me. I didn't make it up." You know what I mean? But final question for you, Q. I mean, I say final question. There's more to come. Let's just play about with it. You know what I mean? Pause. I'll make this question a bit easier for you. Monday Night Football debuted in 1970 and has become the blueprint for primetime sports. Which 2 teams played on the first ever Monday Night Football game, and what was the score for a bonus point?
Fuck you, man.
I had to scale the questions. Yeah, I had to scale the questions. You know, for difficulty.
I'm trying to think of teams that were good in the 70s, because if they're debuting a whole nother new night, they probably had to have good teams on it. I want to say it would be like since you're a Cowboys glazer, it's probably Cowboys and some other team. Um, 70s, I want to say Cowboys and Steelers or Cowboys and 49ers. But I'm gonna go Cowboys Steelers, and it's probably like 33-10 Steelers.
Interesting.
Completely wrong, probably.
Key, you had your hand up
Cowboys
there.
Colts.
Hmm?
Were the Cowboys Colts?
It absolutely wasn't.
Games.
And Q, for you, I'm afraid you were incorrect. You were on the right lines with thinking about what teams were like good enough to be, prime time. The answer was it was Jets versus Browns. Because the commissioner at the time, I believe, was a Browns fan. Or the owner of the Browns or something, the guy who set it up. And the score, you were actually kind of close.
Browns fans exist?
Apparently so. The score was 31-21. So, no points on that one. I tried to make that question a bit easier with it being the last one. But, bonus question for Q to try and pull some points back. Because right now I think it's 3-0, right? Or 3. Did I give you a half point or a point? I don't know, but you've got some bonus questions anyway. Bonus round. Let's get a little alert going. I'm not going to edit any of this in the video, by the way, because I can't be bothered. But bonus alert. This NFL franchise remains the only team to have claimed 3 consecutive league championships in 1929, 1930, and 1931 before the Super Bowl era. What team won 3?
I was gonna say they also got another one. I think the year before the Super Bowl started too. That'd be the. I'm gonna be so pissed if I'm wrong, but that's the Green Bay Packers, isn't it?
It sure is. It sure is, Q. He's back on the scoreboard. I had to give him the little alley-oop there with his team. But yeah, 3 consecutive championships before the Super Bowl era. So, another question for you, Q, to try and pull some points back. I know that you are a fan of college football. So this question is college football related and NFL related. Who remains the only head coach? The question's wrong already because there's 2 answers, and I'll give you a point if you can get each of them. Name me a coach that's won a Super Bowl and a Rose Bowl.
Oh fuck. Pete Carroll.
That's absolutely right. Pete Carroll. Do you know anybody else who's done that? Because the question says who remains the only head coach, but there's actually 2 answers. There's 2 people who have done this.
Not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest college football ball knower just yet, so I'm not sure. I feel like it has to be a recent Super Bowl winning head coach, but I'm not sure about the other one.
Well, Pete Carroll will give you the point for anyway. The other answer was Dick Vermeil.
Oh,
he won it with the Rams. Yeah. So, what's the score now? 3-2.
Like 2.5, 2.5, because you got half.
Tiebreaker question. Then I'm sorry that there's no more questions for you, but this is the tiebreaker question for Q to hit the jackpot in 2014. Who became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw 6 touchdown passes in consecutive games?
Ben Roethlisberger.
It sure was. That's absolutely right. Wow. And Q has snuck it at the last second.
I was going to say Big Ben.
For real? You know that?
Yeah, I was actually going to say Big Ben, yeah.
Damn.
He brought up that stat the other day, I think.
Did he?
Yeah.
No way. Well, okay. Maybe that's cheating then. I don't know. But that's all the questions I've got written down. So, Key, I'm sorry. You don't even get a chance to swing back. That is going to wrap up.
Draw that one.
I mean, what was it? 3-3 or 3.5? I don't even know, bro. But that's going to wrap up Do You Know Ball? Hopefully, I'll have some more questions for next time we do this segment. And if not, we'll never bring it back again. So, boys, I think that's it. Honestly, I have nothing else to say. Some of these games will be great. I've already said thanks for everyone who supported us the last few weeks. Already said about next week, playoff bracket. And also, yeah, just like, comment, share, and subscribe. Man, anything to add, boys, at the end of this regular season?
No, it's just been honestly just been a real honor to be able to join you guys in doing this. I've had so much fun, and I hope people that have been watching have been having fun too.
No, for sure, man. It's been really fun to just get on here and talk ball. Obviously, it's a shame that we are towards the end of the season now. And next season, hopefully, we pick it up again. And we can do it weekly next season. It'll be very fun. Hopefully, everyone's parlays hit this weekend. Let's go and make some money, man. It's a good weekend to make some money. It always is a good weekend to make some money. With that being said, drink responsibly, gamble responsibly, and make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know the vibes, and we will catch you next time, people, man. Take it easy. Well, boys, that wraps up the season. How are we feeling?
If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, we riot.
But surely they don't do it again.
I swear to God, if the Chiefs face some NFC North team in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I cannot have that happen. I need both of these teams to lose as bad as they possibly can in these playoffs. I cannot, for the life of me, have a Chiefs three-peat or another NFC North team win the fucking Super Bowl.
It's gonna be like just an Aggie game. You can't see no fucking Travis Kelce with his perfectly trimmed beard. Bro, check this. I was watching Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War on Disney Plus. I saw a recommendation for a new series at the side on Disney Plus, so I clicked on it to be like, what's this about? And I saw in one of the thumbnails for the episode, I thought, is that fucking Travis Kelce? And I Googled the show, and it's like, oh yeah, Travis Kelce, he plays Damien. I'm like, what the fuck is bro doing? When did he do this? When did he have time to film a whole TV show? Because I'm pretty sure it was a new release as well. I'm like, when did he have time to do that? When the...
Was it Happy Gilmore too, was it?
No, it wasn't. Is he in that as well? No, it was a TV show on Disney Plus, bro. Travis Kelce was in it. I just saw his perfectly trimmed beard in the thumbnail. I'm like, hold on, I know that face. So, this is a funny one as well. Tony Pollard, 83 rushing yards for 250k and 2 touchdowns for another 250. So he's going to go home with a £0 bonus. He's not getting 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Fuck out of here, Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Oh, lad, it was chocker yesterday. You know, at work, there was so many people in. I'm like, bro, it's New Year's Day. Go home. Do you not have a family? Go home, rest, drink, have some food. What are you doing in our shop looking for fucking, I don't even know, bro. What did a guy ask me for yesterday? A funnel. Do you sell funnels? I'm like, the little fucking plastic cone things. He's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck do you need a funnel for on New Year's Day? Bro, I missed a perfect joke before. One of you said he's bald every game. As in, like, balled out. And I was going to say, do you know who else is bald every game? Keenan Allen or somebody like that, but I couldn't think at the time of a bald player.
No, that was my joke, is because Key was like, yeah, Josh Dobbs is balling out, or he balled out, and I'm like, Josh Dobbs is bald every week.
Bro, I've never even seen that guy's face, I can't lie. So that's class. That's class. I'll put a picture of him on screen because... Oh, he's got alopecia.
He's got alopecia.
Damn it, might get cut out then. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, if we're talking bald heads, you can take it up with Jordan.